Alright, so I want to show you something that we're doing for a service dog that we've got in training. In concept, it's pretty simple. It's not always easy though because it takes a lot of repetition. We have to do a lot of proofing down the road. But what this dog is going to be is she's going to be a service dog for a child with sensory perception disorder. And so what we want to do is teach her how to go interrupt him before he has, kind of a meltdown, we could say. And so in the beginning stages, we have to teach the components of it. Go to the kid, go to the kid and bother him. Go up and nose him, and kind of like what she's doing to me now, but we need to teach her to kind of go and be pushy towards the child when that happens. And so in the beginning stages, it's very simple in concept. Like I say, what I'm going to do is we start at 2 feet. We're probably at 6 or 7 feet now, but I'm going to say go to, which is our command. I'm going to indicate where she needs to go, and the second that I do that, Abby, our little helper here, is going to offer some food. And so what I'm going to do, Orion, go to. Good girl, a little praise, good girl. Come on. We do this again, you ready? Orion, go to. Good girl. So you see in the beginning stages, I'm actually going with her for part of the way, but then I stop going with her. I stop short. And then as we progress, I'm going to get further, and I'm going to keep stopping short to the point to where I can just simply say, go to, and she goes the whole way. Now this is an important concept to understand, not just with this, but with anything that you teach a dog. We need to teach at the most base level, really just holding the dog by their hand and showing them what we want. But then as time goes on, we back off on some of that help. And so what we found over the years is that the more proactive the dog is, the sooner they learn. And so in the beginning, I have to be fairly proactive because she has, she's just now learning what go-to means. But as we progress, I become less and less, and she becomes more and more proactive, and therefore better at the skills. So I'm going to get her attention. Orion, go to. Good girl. Now, what we're also going to do is, as we progress with this, what we're going to do is we're going to withhold that treat. So right now she's expecting food every time she comes and every time she goes to the person, in this case my daughter, she's expecting food. And so we want her to really expect that, so as she gets better at the skill, we'll actually withhold it for a couple seconds so she's starting to nose him and bother the person or whoever we're working with. And then we withhold it a little bit longer so she really is like pushing. Now in most cases we don't want a dog to be pushy, and so this goes against a lot of what we typically do. But in this case, of course, we want the dog to be pushy, but only in certain scenarios. So in any case, we'll withhold some of the food. We might even teach her something else like a paw or something like that and help her realize, hey, if you keep nosing and you paw and you bother this person, the food will come. You will get your reward. So let me do it one more time. You ready, Abs? Orion, go to. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. So in any case, like I say, we do certain things like this for folks that have PTSD, for children with autism, children with sensory perception disorder, all sorts of things where the dog needs to go to somebody and really get pushy and bother them. But again, a lot of these principles can apply elsewhere to, to a lot of the things that you do with your dogs. So happy training.